Manish, one quick question. You gave us 3 points in terms of why the ED has had questioned Sanjay Singh again and possibly made that arrest. Point 3 is most important, where you spoke of a possible kickback being received by Sanjay Singh as per the ED. But point 3 also, Manish, in it has a meeting between Dinesh Arora, accused turned approver, Sanjay Singh, and the Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. Mr. Kejriwal, the Chief Minister, has already been questioned once earlier.
Well, Arvind Kejriwal was questioned by the Central Bureau of Investigation. As far as the Enforcement Directorate is concerned, they have not summoned Arvind Kejriwal so far. Even in case of Sanjay Singh, and it becomes very interesting because there are two parallel investigations by two central agencies, CBI and ED. In the case of CBI, Sanjay Singh was not even mentioned single time in any of the charge sheet filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation. But when ED filed its first charge sheet in the month of December 2022, then Sanjay Singh's name was mentioned. Sanjay Singh was searched for the first time, he was questioned for the first time, and now he has been arrested. So there is a high possibility that even Arvind Kejriwal will be called in by the Enforcement Directorate, but when, that is a billion-dollar question, Preeti.
Right. Well, when, that's a billion-dollar question, very interesting, because at that point of time, the CBI had said they had by mistake put in Sanjay Singh's name in that list. But lots going on. Munish, we're going to come right back to you. Let's cut across to our political guests. Priyanka Kakkar, these are tough times right now. It's very clear. Sanjay Singh in, Manish Sisodia in, his bail hearing still going on. You have other leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party, Vijay Nair in. You've got, the Chief Minister who was questioned by the CBI.
Good evening to everyone, Preeti. Preeti, one must also not lose sight of the fact that all of these names that you mentioned, they were acquitted by the CBI and then they were enrolled in this PMLA case. PMLA is a draconian law, we all know it, and bail does not come easy in the law. Now, the strange are the ways of this law that 15 months have elapsed. You are constantly conducting this investigation. You've had about 1,000 raids and you could not trace the money trail. You can't find the money still. There is absolute silence on what evidence has been found. Now, the other thing also is, strange is this Ghotala that, this excise policy generated revenue for the state government. We had the highest revenue collection because of this policy recently until it was stopped. So, there is this form of so-called corruption at one end where you don't see any proceeds of crime, you don't see the money trail, and then there is the Karnataka form of corruption where you see 8 crore in a Vidhayak's house and nothing happens to him. You see the kind of corruption that we talk about Narayan Rane or Hemant Biswa Sarma or Chhagan Bhujbal and all of them, or 70,000 crore ka ghotala with Ajit Pawar most recently, who's made the finance minister. Once they come into BJP, they're all clean. It's the washing machine politics model that they follow. So the only conclusion that can be drawn is that BJP is absolutely incompetent to provide the kind of governance that Arvind Kejriwal model of governance provides, where it provides for citizens and yet gives a surplus budget. Okay. So how do you stop that? The only way you can stop it is either Khareed Farokh ki Rajniti or ED. We all know about Sanjay Patel, who joined the ED recently, the MP, and he said, "Ab main aaram se chain ki neend so sakta hu, kyunki main Bhajpa mein aa gaya, ab ED ka dar nahi hai." So it is an open secret what this ED, the political, an extended wing of the Bhajpa.
But Priyanka Kakkar, I'm going to come right back. You said it was a policy which was making money, but the policy wasn't stopped. It was rolled back by your own government. Now, if the policy was working and there was nothing wrong with it, you could have stuck with the policy. Why roll it back? But I'm going to come back to that question. Let me quickly cut across to our other guest from the Bharati. I'll come back to you. Ms. Kakkar, I'll come back to you. Let me open up the debate. Neoma Gupta and Priyanka Chaturvedi with us. But Neoma Gupta, the fact is right now, the political argument we'll come to. We'll come to the political argument on what the Aam Aadmi Party is saying, what the BJP is saying. But in sheer numbers, still now there is no money trail which has been established, leave alone Sanjay Singh, even when Manish Sisodia comes into question.
So let me make it clear, while everybody is making this a political debate, one has to see the legal course of action because it's done by the ED in a procedural way. So that should be the highlight of this debate and not a political accusation vis-a-vis this whole system. The charge sheet very correctly in 2022 by December when it was released said that Sanjay Singh got in touch with Dinesh Arora for fundraising. Sanjay Singh got a problem. There was a problem of Dinesh Arora which was resolved, and there was a meeting at the Chief Minister's house organized by the same. And just because a money trail has not been, you cannot go into the details of it yet because that revelation has not been made, or whether it's work in progress, one doesn't know. But there's a conspiracy to this whole
But
thing.
that revelation, Neoma Gupta, was not made in court for Manish Sisodia as well. That revelation has not been made for somebody who's been in jail for over a year.
But a conspiracy of the same also makes a person liable in the same domain. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so a conspiracy also accounts for the same thing. So while you can see, if you have rendered such a big policy which was making money, why did you revoke it? What was the reason for you to revoke it? If there are no ants which you can see around a particular, a sugar hill, you would not stop that sugar hill from operational. Further, one must understand Mr. Sisodia has been arrested within the same scam, within the same Liquorgate scam. There's another person who's been accounted for. There has to be something to it. And the ED is an authoritative subject, looking into these matters with details, just making it a political hua that elections are coming and, that is the reason why we are deflecting is not a fair point of contention.
All right. But, the fact is the agencies have been pulled up by the courts as well. You and I both know better with Manish Sisodia's case, which is going up where it comes down to bail. We're going to come down to that. You say that the politics is different, but the fact is your own political party, Neoma Gupta, is leveraging, milking the controversy and the ED questioning and an arrest to the hilt. So, politics is there. Your party is taking advantage of it, where they are quoting the ED case to take on the Aam Aadmi Party. I want to bring in Priyanka Chaturvedi. Priyanka Chaturvedi, a short while ago, we had on stage Mr. Sharad Pawar, India Alliance partner, along with Aam Aadmi Party and your party. And the first thing he said is, when we questioned him, that will this now be the crucible at possibly where Arvind Kejriwal might step back and say that the heat is getting too much, I'm going to get out of the kitchen. But he turned around and he said that this could possibly be that moment which would lead to further unity, consolidation of the India Alliance.
No, considering how Mr. Kejriwal has been functioning, I doubt he will feel the heat. He is ready to take this fight head on. And so are all the India Alliance members who are part of the alliance, knowing how ED, CBI and IT have been dysfunctional ever since 2014, Mr. Modi's arrival. We have seen how BJP trusts its only allies that are left with them, not the 37 allies that they speak about. There are 3 allies that are with them, which is the CBI, ED and IT. What should concern the country today is independent agencies have been undermined, have been compromised to ensure that the political power of the Bharatiya Janata Party continues to misuse them. And this is very obvious. I was listening to the report from your reporter who is on ground. Very clearly, these are all circumstantial evidence. It makes absolutely no case for an arrest. And on the other hand, we have industrialists where a money trail also has been found, but no investigation taking place. So it speaks of the double standards and the hypocrisy. We've seen that happen in Maharashtra. We've seen how Sanjay Raoji was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate. And do you know what the bail order said? The bail verdict called it a political vendetta, saying that without any evidence to show that he is part of a conspiracy, you have arrested the person. Today, the Supreme Court has come down heavily, not on the political case, but on some other case, saying that ED cannot make these arbitrary arrests just because they have the power. And they have gone and just defied exactly that by evening. So that is the exact shame. And we are going to fight this out. We are all committed to this idea that we need to ensure that our agencies are above board. They can function in a free and fair manner. And that is why it is important that 2024 is the year which will change the government at the center.